Okay, so Lucie and Philip here today. Thank you so much for joining me. We're here to talk about escape rooms. And as you are new owners of Escape Room, I have some really curious questions about how you got started. So maybe can you tell me a little bit about your background in escape rooms and kind of what led you to where you are now?
All right. You want to say? No, okay. I will start. Well, we started to playing escape rooms mostly as a couple, a little more than a year and a half ago. And we really, really love that. We love to see new places, try new things. And was something that we were kind of good at. We love to do it. We love to do it with our families, with our kids together also. And hey, I think we can do that also. And I want to share we wanted to share some wow effect, some tinkering. And so we, um, we tried to use all of our knowledge of the games we've played, all of everything that we've done, mechanical aspect, and that we want to put into an experience for other people. I say, hey, we love it. Our kids love it. We'll try to make other people's love it also. And that's kind of why we started that.
That's great. You said you like to see new places. Have you traveled to go do different escape rooms?
Well, mostly we stayed in Quebec. We stayed mostly in Quebec. We've been a little on the East Coast of America when we made, by example, trips to New York. So we stopped a couple places on the road. We've gone to the family up to Virginia Beach last summer, and we tried a few places on the road also, but not that much. Not that much. Mostly and mainly we were in Quebec.
Okay, that's cool. And you talked about that wow effect. Is there a puzzle that you can think of that you played that you really loved, or you found something exciting about?
Well, I love a lot when you discover a new room. Of course, and especially when it's something completely different from the first room that you were in. Like you start, you're inside of spacesuits or something, and then you got, oh, now we are on another planet completely. Or some kind of a room in Boudreault made me really laugh when I understood the concept around it. It's something that you just, okay, I just get it. What it's like the whole room is kind of a joke, and wow, okay, it's some things that I really love when it's something different, something that okay, how they did that? Why did it? Just great. So that's what I love it much.
Has that been a challenge when coming up with your own ideas for puzzles? It's one thing to play the puzzle, but to then start to create your own puzzles. Uh, is that something that you did when you were maybe younger, or is it something you learned through playing other ones? And how has that process been for you?
Well,
but Philippe is very good at that. So he's learning
yeah.
very fast to do that, and he likes to create puzzles.
I love to create some puzzles of every kind. Even when I was a bit younger, we were, I guess in English we call it scavenger hunt.
Oh yeah,
Trading them for families. We were playing. So this is I like playing video game with this kind of stuff in it. So just make them own. Most of the time, I find it cool. Maybe it's a bit too hard for everyone. So I just, okay, how can we make it easier to understand, not just in my head, but make it real and make it understandable by everyone? That's maybe the hardest part. But the fun part is that.
yeah.
We have a team to help us.
Yes.
So when we come with an idea, they challenge us on the idea. People will think that, is it enough tough for the people to play with it? So we have a very great team around us. Yeah.
Yeah, we started alone, but we're not alone anymore, and we really did get the experiences of people that made also escape room by the past or even now. So, okay, what do you think about this idea? What do you think about that? How can we? I have this idea. How can we make it real now? And this is a good input that we have from other one.
So do you, you mean other escape room owners or other players?
Mostly escape, a little bit of players, but right now we haven't we haven't much feedbacks from other players, but we have teamed up with another escape room owners and some craftsmen that works on other escape rooms and what they made, how to deal with. So this is we had a meeting with them a few minutes ago. Just okay, what do you think about that? Where are we going with this? So we make use of their experiences on other rooms already.
Oh, great. So how is the escape room community in Quebec?
Well, honestly, we're still way new inside of it. I think you made a bit of research. We're not even open yet. So we're really much into that and right now. So, but when we talk to everybody, a lot of other owners, oh, hey, you're going to open one. How is it going? Come see it. How we made. And once we are there, most of the time they open the doors. Hey, don't talk about it. Do we want to see how this works? Come on, come backside. So that's very friendly. That's a fun part of the community here, I guess.
Yeah. So you talked about being brand new, and I think like, you know, I don't own an escape room. I play them and I enjoy them, but I know that launching an escape room by itself is no small feat. You put in I'm sure a lot of time and a lot of, you know, manual labor and those kind of things. So can you talk a little bit about what goes into creating an escape room company?
Tu te sens embarqué un peu là-dessus ou...
C'est qu'est-ce que le travail qu'on va faire?
Of course, it's a lot of planification, a lot of times you see from the beginning of when we decided to start the company, Lucie is about 100% of their time to do this, to talk, to have a relation about people that can help us to see who works on what and everything. Myself, I'm a little less inside of the project than I work. I still have my day job all of the week, so I build more on the weekends. I take a few days off my work to, okay, this week I will come start placing a bit of stuff into the escape room overnights, over the weekends with the guys that are working there. So
it's a lot of work, and we try to plan when we open, but finally it's always later.
Yeah, we were expecting to be open for pretty much all of the summers. Now the summer's pretty at the end, and we're going away for a few weeks, so it will not be open before September at least.
Okay. Is there one thing like I said, it's when thinking about an escape room business, obviously you have to have puzzles, you have to have a room and space and things like that. Were there things that have come up that you really didn't anticipate happening, or, you know, you didn't expect to be a challenge that you had to overcome?
From my background, I was expecting that when you plan that a puzzle takes 2 weeks to do, it will be 2 weeks. No, it would be maybe 2 months, 3 months. So because you try something and finally, we have to change something. So it takes longer. So we try to make things that doesn't exist already. So it's always like experimentation.
Because one thing we're doing is also that we put a lot of time and effort on the decors, on the outside. So basically, I think that if we made at the beginning, we have a room, I think we'll make it this way, and we'll have maybe 1 week, 2 week of works. No, once we start doing it, okay, no, it's more like a month and a half, and hire more people
Yeah.
to do it with us, because it's okay. That was bigger than I expected for the for auto decors, but we wanted to, like I said before, we want to give a wow effect. So we really wish, okay, no, we won't cheap it up. We want to do something that looks great.
Yeah. So when you were creating your room, maybe we can talk a little bit about, without spoiling anything. I don't want to spoil any puzzles or anything, but can we talk a little bit about like the theme of the room and maybe like the backstory to the world that you're building?
Well, our favorite one is the Coconut Island. If you go with the backstory, is that right now you were on a cruise ship. At the last cruise ship of this ship with this road, you end up at the Coconut Island. You see a lot of stuff, but the ship forgot you there, and it's
Okay.
gone. You have another way to go to get back to the where the ship is, but now I can't spoil anymore.
Okay. Sounds good.
This is something that is already clear, but now how do you get away from there? That is something more special about it.
Sure. So do you spend, when you were coming up with the ideas for these things, how much of that environment did you think about prior to actually, going in and building some of these pieces? Were you, drawing sketches or writing up stories and things like that?
Both, actually, because in my everyday job, I'm a draftsman, a mechanical draftsman. So for me, making plans, making sketches, it's easier for me to show everyone like that. After with Lucie, we wrote the stories, how those puzzle works, what happens after that, and all the SketchUp. Then made some sketches to show our teams, hey, this is what I want it to look like. This is what it's going to do with that. Okay, so everybody now have a clearer vision of where we're going, what we want to have. That was the planning side. Now that we're building it, well, we adapt. We adapt. Okay, now I think now that we're talking a little more, we have more hands. Maybe we can do it this way instead. So, okay, new sketches, go like this, guys, and we build it that way. So you need to be able to adapt yourself.
Yeah. And so I saw when I was looking at your site that you are promoting that some of your immersive experience don't have locks. Is that so? I guess, have you, when you're creating these new either technologies or different mechanisms, like I think with escape rooms, you think about being locked in a room. So how do you approach that? And why is it important to have, no maybe traditional locks that way for you guys?
Well, in Quebec, you have a few rooms with all locks, but you have already some with no locks at all. And we wanted to go on this side of the technology to be okay. We want to surprise people. We want people to, okay, things happen and I don't understand what. It's not just a key or combination. So we wanted to make something a little bit more for that.
They have to interact with the decors, with Coconut in Coconut Island. And it's more immersive, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not actually locked, but it's to say that, okay, no, you're on a lonely island. It's okay. You could have a chest with a lock inside of it. Yes, but no way you can have a lock that open a coconut tree by example.
Yeah.
Something else. You need to think about something that, okay, let's make works a little bit more.
Yeah. It fits in the environment that you're in.
Exactly.
Okay. That's really cool.
It doesn't need to be too realistic, but it needs to be something that, okay, it's in character. Yeah, it works.
Yeah, that makes sense. And so we've talked about the Coconut Island, but that's not the only room that you have, right?
No.
So you have how many rooms total do you have?
We have Adventure into the Mountain.
Mhm.
It's probably the first one that we will open. And we have two Pandora in the world of Avatar. So, and we are working for the next year to have Da Vinci Atelier
Workshop. Da Vinci
workshop.
workshop.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we begin to work on it soon, but not yet.
It's not started yet. Right now we have 4 rooms planned, but we have the space to make up to 6 to 7, depending of the size of what we will be doing. So the plan for the next few years will be up to 6 to 7 rooms.
Great. That's awesome. What I guess as you're approaching owning the escape room and approaching opening it, what are the things that you're, besides building the actual physical space, what are the things that you're operationally looking at to operate the escape room? Is Lucie, are you going to be the one primarily being the game master, or are you hiring people to come do that? What does that look like for you guys?
We are hiring people. I'm mostly on the part of human resources and marketing.
Mhm.
So I do a lot of networking with people in Quebec, with company too. So I do a lot of that.
Yeah, to bring some
New kind of business in the day, not just in the weekend with families. And
we want to have players, we want to have families, but we want to have some team buildings during the day and everything. And we've paired ourselves. Well, Lucie did find partners in that. That already have a team building solution that we go and integrate them to the escape rooms.
Yeah.
So we want to. This is a great part of what you'll do.
We use the escape room as a tool to reveal the dynamic of a team, and after that, coaches can work with that in coaching with the team of from the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For my part, of course, I think I will always be a little more busy in planning new games, the new steps of making it. But I want to spend some time there as a game master, as just the guy with, hey, how did you like it? And getting some feedbacks, just repairing stuff, so yeah, this is right now. I am busy into the planning, the construction itself. When I do have the times to be there, but that's the plan.
Okay. And Lucie, you have background in coaching, right?
Yeah. I was coach for 3 years before, and I see the opportunity to do that with the escape room. I think it's a really, really, really great tool to do that. Yeah. When we do an escape room event together, we see the part of us.
We
that
see the
goes,
dynamics that we have. I know exactly how she will react, how I will react. And okay, no, that's not exaggerating things, but you can see a lot of things. So we want people to see it this way and to use it as a tool to make it better.
Yeah. And is that obviously that is a focus of what you guys are doing. Are you incorporating that as you're building the puzzles? Like, I think this will help people discover this about how they communicate or things like that? Or is it more like after they've completed it, you're then going back and saying, we noticed that the dynamic between you was this way, and did you recognize that or something like that?
We're not building the puzzle expressly for that. We build them for fun and to be able to. The puzzle are made in an escape room. You have to communicate. You have to gain some kind of themes to be able to do it efficiently. So, but it's we really need to keep the focus on the fun, on how it can be. But then all of these dynamics can be used after that. But it's not that we build the game expressly for that, but they still are making a good games will do the job for that.
And you have to communicate to go through the room anyway, because you can't do all the things together.
Yeah,
do that alone.
Yes. Well, it's built in a way that we don't want one person to be the star and do everything. No, everything must have space for everyone as much as possible.
Do you think, as part of working with corporations to come in and do this, is the coaching a service that you'll provide for them at after the fact that they play them, then you can, leverage your background in coaching to help them really lock in the things that they can take away from that?
But it's not me who does the coaching. We have a coach who will do it that are partner with us. So we have 4 coaches who will do that. Yeah.
But it's something that you don't have. It's not because you come do, even if as a corporation, you can come in and just do the rooms for the fun. You don't have to have the coaching. But if you're interested, we have some partners that give these options, and they will use the footing of the room did comes, but they have their own workbook to work with it, and we're just using what release most during the game.
Yeah. You talked about partners. As a new business, obviously partners can help you really catapult yourself into success. You're able to leverage their networks and things like that. So if those meetings that you're currently taking, is that part of how you anticipate launching the first room, is through some of those partnerships?
Sorry, I'm not sure I understand really much exactly your question.
Yeah, so I guess with again, your partners who are coaches or things like that, yes. As you're building relationships with those people, are you hoping that then once you open, they will start spreading the word about your escape room?
Yes, absolutely. Because, by example, our team building coach that are partnered with us already make some team building coaching for a lot of company. And it's just that now they become an option for us, for people that, hey, you want to come do an escape room? Perfect. If you want, we also have this option. And the other side is true also. Hey, we are making team building. We're making team building coaches. If you want, you can come and play some kind of game and see what happens inside of it.
Yeah, they are already networking all over the place. We receive some calls every day. When are you opening?
Yeah. What other ways are you working to get the word out about you as a new escape room in the area?
We have the website. We are on Google. And that's
are you doing any social media?
Yeah, social media too, on Facebook, on Instagram.
LinkedIn for the more
for the corporation, we are on LinkedIn. It's very active on LinkedIn. Yeah.
Yeah. I do find a lot of escape rooms owners are on LinkedIn, but I find that there aren't a lot of escape rooms that are on social media like Facebook or Facebook, I think I find them too, but Instagram, because it's more visual, I tend not to see as many escape rooms there because they don't want to accidentally give away some of the puzzles or things like that. Is that something that you also see on your end?
Yeah, but there's a possibility to show just enough, not too much, to
We don't want to spoil all the rooms, but we want to make it intriguing.
Yes.
So you might see a few props here and there. You might see a part of the first room that when you'll come in, but you will never see anything that pass the first door.
Got it.
And or any puzzle or anything, because on the website we already made a few puzzles just inside of this publication, but nothings that are part of the games itself.
Okay. Do you are there, would you say, marketing strategies that you feel like have been the most effective for you in maybe building an interest list of people who are, you said you've been getting some emails about people like, when are you going to open? When are you going to open? What are people seeing that's drawing that attention to you?
all the networking that we did a big lancement,
A kind of an opening.
before opening.
Like a soft opening or an open house.
In June.
Yeah, an open house to people came see a few props that have been there. Where will be the rooms? What will be the space? Come visit us. We had a few games already installed for the occasion.
Yeah.
A lot of our partners were there also.
Yeah. We had 140 person who came to this event. This event spread the word already because people are coming, people are taking picture. We had a photo booth, and they had a lot of fun. They were drinking wine too.
That always helps.
Yeah. So it was very beautiful night.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you have more events that you're going to be doing leading up to the opening of the first room?
Not planned.
Not planned. Okay. It sounds like it was successful for you to have sort of an open house to build some of that hype of you opening. So that's good.
Yeah, we did. Comment on dit ça, la campagne de sous-financement?
Like
Funding, social funding, like
a Kickstarter type thing.
Yeah, like a Kickstarter from Quebec.
Yeah.
So it helps too because people are waiting with their ticket
already, so they are looking when it will be open, and we made it so people that not necessarily loved escape room now know about us, now know that we exist, and this is something that we want to do. So this is something that it did help, I guess. Yes.
Yeah. And as far as that like crowdfunding process of bringing people in, was that primarily to see things while they were in progress, or do those people get a free play of the room, or not free, but obviously they paid for it? So will they come in like once it opens, they sort of prepaid for that first play?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. And then obviously you have your website up and running. I saw that. Do you have thoughts about how your booking process is going to work? Like how I did see that you have a link to book already. But is that you don't have an open date, right?
No, I don't have an open date, but we're gonna go with Resolva. It's the informatic thing that we use. So yes, it's gonna be all the time slot that the people can choose, all on the same page with the date. So yeah,
that makes sense.
All set.
Okay, cool, very good. I guess for you, it sounds like you're taking on a lot. You have at least a couple rooms that are kind of in the works already. And you're focusing on one to get launched first off because maybe it's further along. Do you think that's like if someone was coming in and trying to start an escape room today, would you give them the advice to try to create all those things or to really focus on a single thing off the bat?
The first thing that I will say to him or her is to go get financing more than you think you need.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's always longer when you do construction. It's always expensive, more
Things that you
expensive.
thought will work might not work as will work, but not as fast or easily as you thought it will have to be. Depending of the space you have, I guess right now we start pretty much in the first month. We plan to open 3 rooms. I think opening only one at every time might be a good idea if you can afford it. But
Yeah.
by the way, but if not, be sure to plan the most of the 3 rooms, by example, that you can before pushing the go button.
Yeah. And by say we have like 3 rooms that we work all together on it, but we are okay with opening one, but there's a problem, so we have to wait. So we work on the others. We work where we have control because there's timing that we can do anything about it.
No.
Yeah,
No.
that actually makes sense because it keeps you moving forward.
Yeah, you're never just waiting things to happen. So
Yes.
okay, now this don't happen. Okay, let's focus everyone energy on something else while this continue to working on its own. So that's a good point.
Yeah.
And when the artists are finished with one thing in a room, they can move to the other room. So we have a flexibility with where we don't cut them because we have job for them.
Yes.
Always make sure that they have a few forward steps to take. See, you have your carpenters work on things, even if nobody will work on it. So, but it's just as a background. Hey, our guys don't have the stuff they need to continue what they're working on. Okay, so no problem. Get them on the side of the room instead for the few next days.
Yeah. So so obviously, Lucie, you're dealing with this 100% of your time. You're sort of managing the whole project, all that kind of stuff. But you also have an in-house engineer, which is great, right? He's able to, do a lot of that concepting and all that kind of stuff too, where some people don't have all those different resources. Maybe it's a single person or a couple, but they don't have a wide range of people. Like what type of people that are you using to what type of people are you using? What kind of skilled labor are you using to help you build out your escape room?
Well, you see, we have somebody right now. One that is helping us a lot is an actual owner of another escape room that really works on the more software sides and electrical side, which are something that we don't really have the skills to know which. Well, now we do, but at the first we didn't know which wire used before, which kind of props or anything, and he made all of the programmation. So that part we have 2 artists more sculpting to make they are making some props, making some decors. Which have the expertise from seeing from movies or some things like that. And we have a painter, paint artist that made a lot of different kind of arts, and these expertise are really from the beginning. And then we have a carpenters with us that really much do a lot of handiworks for all the day.
Okay. Okay, that's cool. Would you say, as you're building this out, you had mentioned that early on you didn't have the skills that you needed for maybe electrical or things like that. Are there things that you have learned during this process that you sort of take forward with you to like make you more efficient or better at doing this in the future?
Yes, of course. It's a little more planning side that we did learn of it. Personally, a lot of the artistic stuff that right now we had 3 artists that making walls or anything, and I just, oh, that's cool. Can I try it? And okay, then I did develop. How do you make this? Okay, now I can do it. Few touch up on my own. Um, Electrical for all the wiring. What we need is obviously something that will be useful for the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Now, I'm eager to learn some programming, but I have still other things to do for now. So,
Sure.
so
I mean, as you you talked about building puzzles in this process, and you try one thing and it didn't really work, and you then kind of adapted it to some other way of doing that thing. I imagine as you're coming up with these ideas, there's things that you probably don't even know are possible or not. Like you have an idea about how it might work, but maybe some of the electrical components, like temperature sensors or light sensors or all those different things that you may not even realize are possible. So over time, I imagine, because you have this idea for being very immersive, those kinds of puzzles will get better with each iteration of a room, or over
that's the plan.
time.
Of course,
Yeah.
that's the plan. Because
Yeah.
right now, as I said, we can do a lot of research. Firstly, because I am still a lot of sensors I'm familiar with, but not everything, of course. But the guy that the other owners that help us is actually very, go on this website, go on this place, and he knows what works, what don't. That's very useful info. But then there's still some new things that even he didn't make yet. So okay, well, buy 2, test it, and we'll try on the next puzzle if it works. And sometimes it did works. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you, you need to go and try new stuff, because
Yeah.
we don't want to do things that already have been done as much as possible, or at
Yeah.
least adapt them or things. So even if I'm not sure if it will work, but let's try it and we'll see.
Yeah, that makes sense. Is there one part of this process that you have found to be rewarding in a way that you didn't really anticipate as part of that? Like you've gotten some value out of it personally that you didn't really think was going to be a thing from building this business.
It's quelque chose à apprendre. Sinon, je vais y aller.
Oh, amazing.
Well, for my part, is kind of making a team. When, by example, okay, we had a few employees that were working on the walls, and hey, I finished my first work. I come in, okay, I'm stepping, helping them, building the walls, and put some music on, everything, and we're building some things together out of our minds. So that's cool. That's kind of
Yeah.
cool. I expect a kind of reward like that when people will start coming in and see, oh, this is something I wish, I expect,
Yes.
I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for me, it would be the support of the community all around me. So it's really something that matters to me. So
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree. I think the more that I play games from different places, I think, and the more I talk to people, honestly, the community is something that that draws me further in. It makes me excited about, the different types of experiences, maybe not just escape rooms. I just talked to someone recently who, it's kind of like a scavenger hunt, but it's also historical puzzles and things for a small town in a little city. And so I think like these different immersive experiences are so, there's such a different experience, I guess. And I love seeing how different people approach that from either their background or, just the creativity and the creative mind that puts these together. What do you think, if you could put on sort of like a magic hat or a crystal ball or something and look into the future, what does your business look like maybe in like 6 months or a year's time? Do you intend to, I guess for Philip, are you still looking at it as like a more passion project versus a full-time job? Lucie's obviously already full into it, but what does the growth of your company look like over time?
In 1 year, we will have 4 rooms open. And I have a plan for 1 room that we need for the 5th one, that we need to be open and running to finance it. And, but I can't tell you what the story is because it's a surprise.
That's okay.
But I'm very excited about this project, and it will need research and development to make it happen. It doesn't exist.
Yeah, something completely new. We'll need some other engineers inside of this project. So how can we do exactly what we have in mind? And this is something that we want to do, but we'll need to have few rooms open before that.
Yeah, I mean, I look forward to catching back up with you when that happens, and we can talk about all the exciting things you're doing in the future as well. I'm excited. So you mentioned that you didn't have a start date. Do you have a projected hopeful start date now, or is it still too much up in the air?
3 weeks.
We're planning to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, we hope.
Yeah.
At the beginning of September, the first week of September.
Yeah. Nice. And are you going to do a grand opening event where you invite in the community, or is it? I think the thing with escape rooms is it's kind of a small space, especially when you just have 1 room, right?
Yeah.
But you want to build up that hype and anticipation. You've already pre-sold some tickets through your crowdfunding. What does that first week look like for you guys? Are you already booked up for a week?
I think it's gonna be sold out for the opening. So we won't do a big event. I have events planned before Christmas with different groups, different community.
Because even if we don't have room for everyone that comes in to be inside of an escape room, we still have rooms as long as we have rooms for 6 rooms at the end. So right now we have open space that we can have some tables, we can have some music, we can have people that are as a group have some kind of rotation, but can stay there and have fun all together and create some kind of event instead of just having one groups today, another the next day, everything. And after that, everybody talks about it. No, you can do it right now as long as you don't spoil anything.
Yeah. Do you, have you already set like the hours of operation? Do you know when you're going to be open during every day? That stuff's all set already?
Yeah. From 9 in the morning to 11 in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all week long, because in the week we will have team building in the day, and night it's for normal
for
everybody else.
Anyone.
Yeah.
It's just, of course, if by 9 o'clock we have no reservation for the rest of the night, you probably won't be there standing still. Hey, somebody else, but we'll be open.
So do you have, I guess in that situation where you have open slots, how are you anticipating trying to fill those spots in a short amount of time if someone hasn't pre-booked them? What kind of tactics or thoughts have you put together towards like, we have an opening at this time, putting that out to your community?
Alors là, je t'ai mis dans un autre mode de
Do you have any ideas about that?
Pour remplir des trous. Quand on va faire pour remplir des trous, mettons, au travers la semaine.
Okay, never mind.
We see.
Well, for the last minute calls, we don't really have much calling to. Hey, we have some bookings free at the end of the day tomorrow. Who's interested? No, but the plan was to have some special days inside of the weeks to really target
Students.
Persons that are maybe not necessarily typically in doing escape room right now, that we want to show everyone else how cool this can be. And even if it's not something that you've even heard of, or if something says I'm not sure that's something for me, come in and we'll see. We can have, by example, if you have older people, you can maybe shifting how the sounds can be, maybe a little more lights instead of dark area. We just want to be as much as inclusive as possible.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you think through the I don't know that area very well, but are there other escape rooms nearby, within half an hour of where you are?
Yes.
Yeah. So do you feel like sort of like doing an exchange with some of those other escape rooms would be beneficial, where you say like, hey, we will promote your escape room if you can promote our escape room, type of thing?
Yeah,
Of course.
we already make contact. They wanted to see what we have when we will be open before making any exchanges.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
I
We
think
want
it's
to see
normal.
what we will be doing instead of, because there is already a couple of escape games in the area, but of different qualities. So we speak with somebody. Okay, I want a partnership, but I just want to make sure what you're doing is something I want to be paired with.
Yes.
So, okay, we will have more conversation once we will have something to show.
That sounds good. I guess as we're getting close to time here, I think one of the things is I sort of mentioned it early on, but is there one puzzle or like escape room that you can remember playing that really was like, oh my gosh, this is like, I want to do this with my life? Obviously, it's a change from what you were already doing in your lives, but what was, if you can think back to that moment of like, I need to do this with my life, can you think of what that is?
Yeah, it's the Queen Vaudou in Escaparium Laval. Yeah.
Okay.
It was my favorite ever, and make a change in all the immersion in that room. For me, it was
when we
a game changer.
started to play the games a step bigger than that, we were like, okay, that's possible. Yeah, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's great. So maybe we will not. The first one we'll do, we won't be at the stages, but this is where we want to go. We want to make. Okay, we wanted to make
Awesome.
the wow effect, as I've spoken already. Some things like that.
Nice. All right. Well, I that's all the questions I have for you today. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your evening to talk with me. Where can everybody find you and follow along with your journey so that we can send as many people as possible your way?
On Facebook. So we have a page there. So it's Jeu d'Evasion, Evasio, escape game, and evasio.ca. on the website.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Well, I will get a listing up for you guys on Escape Room Daily. And so we'll be sending traffic your way. If I need any information about where to find you guys, I will definitely reach out. But again, thank you so much for taking the time and the energy to talk with me and share where you're going. I wish you the best of luck in,
Thank you.
in launching your game and the greatest success possible. So yeah.
Thank you very
thank
much.
you to reach for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have a
All
great
right.
night.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.